appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this county and the Republic of Kenya. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen. Honorable members, let's take our seats. Honorable Sang. Honorable Clerk, kindly confirm whether you have the quorum.
Honorable Speaker, there is quorum.
Honorable Clerk, we can have the prayers on the order of business.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, may I take this opportunity to most sincerely welcome all honorable members to this special sitting. And again, I also take this opportunity to wish all of you and the great people of Nandi a happy new year. Honorable members, on the 13th day of January 2025, I received a request from the majority leader, that is Honorable Walter Teno, and in the said request, the majority leader asked that I convene a special sitting on 16th January 2025. Honorable members, Standing Order 30 of the Nandi County Assembly Standing Orders provide as follows. 1. Whenever during the session of the County Assembly stands adjourned, whether or not a day has been appointed for the next meeting, the Speaker may, on the request of the leader of majority party or the leader of the minority party, appoint a day for a special sitting of the County Assembly. The Speaker may allow a request under paragraph 1 if the Speaker is satisfied that the business proposed to be transacted relates to any urgent or exceptional circumstances. Honorable members, the Speaker shall by notice in the Gazette notify the members of the place, the date, and time appointed for the special sitting of the County Assembly. Whenever the County Assembly meets for a special sitting under paragraph 1, the Speaker shall specify the business to be transacted on the day or days appointed, and the business to be specified shall be the only businesses before the County Assembly during the special sitting, following which the County Assembly shall stand adjourned until the day appointed in the County Assembly calendar. Honorable members, upon consideration of the request and in the exercise of the powers conferred to me, I allowed the request and caused the gazettement of the special sitting via Gazette Notice number 378 dated 15th January 2025. This is therefore an assurance that this sitting is properly constituted. Honorable members, finally, I also want to extend the invitation of all the honorable members to take part in the Barngetun run, which shall take place on the 18th day of January 2025 at Soba Songo Ward, Tindred Sub-County. You are all invited to the function via an invite received in my office. I urge all of us to take part in these auspicious events as representatives, as we demonstrate our heritage and pride as the source of champions. Finally, I wish to remind all the respective committee chairpersons that the committee businesses is on as per the rota which has since been issued by the office of the clerk. During this period, the committees are to complete all the pending matters before the resumption of the House on 11th February 2025. I thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Sum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay before the table of the House the Lands, Environment and Natural Resources Committee report on the change of use proposals. I beg to table.
Any other paper?
Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay before the table of the House today, Thursday, 16 January 2025, the report of the Administration and Public Service Committee on the vetting of chairperson, 2 members, and secretary for appointment to Nandi County Public Service Board. I beg to table.
Honorable Isaac.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay before the table of the House a report from the Committee of Rules, Procedures and Committee on Amendment of Standing Orders on this day, Thursday, 16, 2020. I beg to table, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Korir.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay before the table the following papers. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay before the table a committee report on the financing agreement between Equity Bank Limited and County Government of Nandi. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, I wish to also table the committee report on the County Budget and Appropriations Committee on consideration of the Nandi County Supplementary Budget estimates for the financial year 2024-2025. I beg to table.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to table the report on the Appointments Committee on the vetting of 3 nominees of the County Executive Committee, together with annexures. I beg to table.
Honorable members, I acknowledge the receipt of the table documents, that being the Budget and Appropriation Committee report on the supplementary budget estimates for financial year 2024-2025, to the Appointments Committee report on the vetting of 3 nominees to the County Executive Committee. 3, the Administration and Public Service Committee report on the vetting of chairperson, 2 members and secretary for the appointment to the Nandi County Public Service Board. 4, the Lands, Environment and Natural Resources Committee report on the change of land use proposals. 5, the Rules and Procedure Committee report on the amendment of the standing orders. And finally, honorable members, is the Budget and Appropriation Committee report on the financing agreement between the Equity Bank Limited and the County Government of Nandi. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Honorable Sum.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that this House adopts the Lands, Environment and Natural Resources Committee report on the change
Honorable
of
Sum.
land use proposals.
Order, Honorable Suma. I thought by the virtue that we gazetted today the special sitting, that was a notice in itself. Or will you wish to? Okay. So next order.
Order number 8, statements.
Next order.
Order number, okay, next order, motion.
Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable members, I've been notified by the technical committee that a number of you do not have copies, hard copies of that particular report. And honorable members, at this juncture, we wish to suspend the House for 10 minutes just to ensure that you have enough copies of that. Thank you. Order, honorable members. Let's be seated. Honorable members, our apologies. We've taken more the time that we expected, but I'm hoping that each of you can now has access to the report. So, Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion that this House adopts the report, the fourth appointment committee report on vetting of nominees to the county executive committee members. Honorable Speaker, in accordance with Article 179(2) of the Constitution, Section 30 of the County Government Act, and Section 6(1) of the Public Appointments, that is County Assembly Approval Act 2017. His Excellency the Governor, in letter dated 27 November 2024, addressed to the Clerk of the Nandi County Assembly and Reverence, that is under County Government of Nandi, Admin 1 for Volume 667, nominated Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir as the County Executive Committee Member for Health and Sanitation, Mr. 2024, and in line with Standing Order 43(1) of the County Assembly Standing Orders. The Speaker of the Nandi County Assembly communicated to the House regarding the Governor's nomination of the County Executive Committee members. This was done in accordance with Section 6(1) of the Public Appointments, that is County Assembly's Act Number 5 of 2023. The Honorable Speaker subsequently referred the nominees' names to the Committee of Appointment for vetting and reporting back to the House within 21 sitting days. As a result of this process, on 7 December 2024, the Clerk of the Assembly published an advertisement in print media inviting the public to submit memorandum via sworn affidavits concerning the suitability of the nominees as stipulated in Section 7(4) of the Public Appointments, that's County Assembly's Approval Act 2017. The advertisement specified that affidavits should be submitted by 13 December 2024 at 5 p.m. However, by the close of the submission period, no memorandum regarding to the nominees' suitability has been received by the clerk's office. On 13 December 2024, vetting of the 3 nominees was suspended due to the court order issued by the Employment and Labor Relations Court of Kenya, sitting in Eldoret, in case number, that is ELRCPET/E026/2022. Consequently, the committee was unable to proceed with the vetting process as scheduled on 17 December 2024. On 18 December 2024, the court lifted the order that has suspended the vetting process after the petitioner withdrew its application. This decision enabled the committee to continue its vetting activities on that January 2025. A notice was posted to the County Assembly website announcing that the vetting hearing for Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir, Mrs. Renzi Chepkoskei Kirwa, and Engineer Robert Kipchirchir Limo would take place on 7 January 2025. Honorable Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation and recognition for the members of this committee. The unwavering commitment to duty, insightful contribution, and the time dedicated during the public approval hearings have been invaluable. It is through their collective efforts that we have been able to navigate this important process with diligence and integrity. Honorable Speaker, the Select Committee on Appointment is established pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 187. Under the provision of Standing Order, the committee is established as follows. The committee shall consist of the Speaker as the chairperson, the Leader of Majority Party, the Leader of Minority Party, and not more than 3 other members nominated by the County Assembly Business Committee based on proportional party membership in the County Assembly and taking into consideration the numerical strength of the parties and interest of the independent members. Number 2, the Committee on Appointment shall be appointed within 7 days on assembly of a new County Assembly and shall serve for a period of 3 years, and that appointed, and that appointed after thereafter shall serve for the remainder of the term. In absence of the Speaker, the committee shall select a member from among its members to chair the meeting. The quorum of the committee on appointment shall be 1/2 of the members of the committee, but the Speaker shall not be counted for the purpose of quorum and shall not vote. Honorable Speaker, the committee mandate on appointment as established is mandated to consider for approval by the County Assembly appointments under Article 179(2), that is members of the County Executive Committee of the Constitution. The committee membership comprises of Honorable Cheruiyot Meli, who is the chairperson, that's the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Walter Teno, Honorable Eliud Kirongo, Honorable Martin Douglas, Honorable CPA Paul Pirej, and Honorable Sarah Rupeti Kaino. Under Article 179(2) of the Constitution, as read with Section 3 and 6(1) of the Public Appointments, that is County Assembly Approval Act 2017, His Excellency the Governor, through a letter to the Clerk of Nandi Assembly, dated 27 November 2024, referred that letter forwarding the names and testimonials of the following 3 persons nominated for appointment as the County Executive Committee members for vetting and consideration for approval by the County Assembly as follows. Number 1, Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir, that is nominee for the position of the County Executive Committee member for Health and Sanitation. Number 2, Mrs. Rensi Chepkoske Kirwa, that is nominee for the position of the County Executive Committee member for Education and Vocational Training. And number 3, Engineer Robert Kipchirchir Limo, that is nominee for the position of the County Executive Committee member for Transport and Infrastructure. On notification of the House, Honorable Speaker, and committal to the Committee of Appointment, that is under pursuant to Section 7(1) of the Public Appointments Act, the provision of Standing Order 43(1), the Speaker communicated to the Assembly.
It appears that it's a repetition because
yes, I am
submitted on that.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. That's what I'm checking, and so, Honorable Speaker, I think we also I've read also on the issue of invitation of memorandum, which was sent to the clerk who advertised on the Assembly on 7 December 2025, and no memorandum was received, Honorable Speaker. On approval of hearings, Honorable Speaker, on nominees, the committee convened on Monday, 6 January 2025 to discuss the approval hearings and noted the following. That, Honorable Speaker, Article 179(2)(p), the Constitution states that the County Executive Committee consists of members appointed by the County Governor, subject to approval of the County Assembly from individuals who are not members of the Assembly. Furthermore, Article 179(3)(p) indicates that the number of appointed members must not exceed 10 if the Assembly comprises 30 or more members. Consequently, it was noted that the Governor had nominated 3 CECM to fill the vacant positions in the Cabinet, thereby adhering to the Constitution provision. That the nominee had not informed nominees that the committee would proceed with approval hearings. That was on Tuesday, 7 December 2024. Honorable Speaker, the committee vetted the 3 nominees during its sittings held on 7 January 2025 at the County Assembly chambers. The official answer detailing the proceedings of the vetting exercise is available at the answer department. The nominees appeared in the following order. That is, number 1 was Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir, that's on Tuesday, 7 January 2025 at 9 a.m. Number 2 was Ms. Rensi Chepkoske Kirwa, that is on Tuesday, 7 January 2025 at 10:30 a.m. And number 3 was Engineer Robert Kipchirchir Limo on Tuesday, 7 January 2025 at 12 noon. Honorable Speaker, on nominee submission, Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir, that is CCM nominee for Health and Sanitation, appeared before the committee on Tuesday, 7 January 2025, and was vetted under oath in accordance with the provision of Article 179 of the Constitution, Section 30T of the County Government Act. And on the nominee is a female Kenyan of identity card, I think it's indicated there, born on 4th November 1975 at Cape Karen location, that is Mosop constituency. The nominee has a PhD in tropical and infectious diseases attained from the University of Nairobi in 2019. And Honorable Speaker, because we have all the documents pertaining the nominee, that is Dr. Angeline, that's been indicated up to employment history, Honorable Speaker. The nominee is a lecturer currently at the University of Nairobi. She has previously worked as nursing officer at the Moi Teaching Referral Hospital and as an intern at the Kenyatta National Hospital, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the nominee complied with the Leadership and Integrity Act of 2024 by submitting the self-declaration of ESEC and a valid clearance certificate from the Higher Education and Loans Board. So she had all the documents as required by the Constitution, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the interest and knowledge relating to the specific position, the committee noted that the nominee had a track record and professional background that aligns with the requirements of the position, hence showcasing a genuine interest and expertise in that field. She demonstrated a willingness to devote time, energy, and resources, which is considered as a strong display of interest. On integrity, Honorable Speaker, the nominee has neither been charged in a court of law nor mentioned in any investigatory report in the last 3 years. She had further submitted documents for self-assessment. Honorable Speaker, on committee observation, in accordance with Article 78(1) and 2 of the Constitution of Kenya, the nominee is eligible for appointment to a state officer being a Kenyan citizen. And nominee, Honorable Speaker, has not been charged in any court of law as indicated in the report. Nominee number 2, Honorable Speaker, is Rini Chepkoskei Kirua. That is the nominee for CCM Education and Vocational Training. Rini Chepkoskei Kirua appeared before the committee on Tuesday, 7th January 2025, and was vetted under oath in accordance with the provision of Article 179 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, the nominee was born in Nandi on 30th October 1979, a resident of Kabiet Sub-County, Nandi County. Honorable Speaker, the nominee holds a Bachelor of Education degree in Early Childhood Education from Egerton University, awarded in 2015. Prior to this, she earned herself a diploma in Early Childhood Development from Rosive Education Center in 2008. Honorable Speaker, the nominee stated that she has not been dismissed or removed from office for violating Article 75 of the Constitution. She also affirmed that she has not been associated to any practices reflecting to bias, favoritism, or nepotism in her office, in her public duties, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the nominee she demonstrated that she is willing to learn whenever such a situation arises. On challenges facing the ACT teachers, she noted that the pupil-to-teacher ratio continues to be a significant challenge for early childhood development education, that is ACDE in Nandi. Additionally, she highlighted that inadequate remuneration of teachers is a major factor contributing to low morale within the sector. On feasibility of school feeding programs, she observed that many children come from low-income families, making nutrition a significant issue. She further pointed out that a school feeding program could reduce absenteeism and encourage regular class attendance among pupils. Honorable Speaker, on the committee observation, that is on overall suitability of nominee for the position of CCM Education and Vocational Training, that is Renzi Chepkoskei Kirua, the committee, having considered the field questionnaire submitted by the nominee pursuant to public appointments, that's Approval Act number 5 of 2017, that in accordance with Article 178(1) and 2 of the Constitution of Kenya, the nominee is eligible for appointment to a state officer being a Kenyan citizen born in Kenya and does not hold any dual citizenship, Honorable Speaker. That the nominee has had a teaching career spanning of 22 years. That the nominee meets the constitutional requirements of Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity. That the nominee holds a Bachelor of Education, that is Early Childhood Development Education from Egerton University. That the nominee exhibited considerable knowledge regarding to early childhood development education, that is ECD, and possess first-hand experience with the challenges facing the sector in Nandi County. Honorable Speaker, on the nominee number 3, that is Engineer Robert Kipchirchir Limo, that is nominee for CCM Transport and Public Works. Honorable Speaker, the nominee appeared before the committee on Tuesday, 7 January 2025, and was vetted under oath pursuant to Article 179 of the Constitution, Section 30D of the County Government Act, that is Public Appointments of County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, and the Standing Order of the Nandi County Assembly. The committee noted the following. On personal information, the nominee is a Kenyan citizen. He was born on 2nd January 1984 in Aldai constituency, Nandi County. Academic and professional qualification. The nominee holds a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the Technical University of Kenya, which he attained in 2019. He is pursuing an MBA in Strategic Management and a Master's in Mechanical Engineering and Management at Masinde Muliro University. He attended Kamelai Secondary School, where he sat for the Kenya Certificate Secondary Education in 2001, and began his education journey at Kiboboi Primary School, where he sat for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education in 1997. On other trainings, the nominee has training in transformative leadership from the Kenya School of Government. He also participated in Mongoso induction program for board of state corporations. On the work experience, Honorable Speaker, the nominee has previously worked at the Kaimosi Tea Estate, at Panavric Hotel, at Stanley Hotel, as an assistant engineer, at the Sheetfield Steel Field System, as an assistant design engineer, at the Department of Defense, that is Army Aviation. Honorable Speaker, he was also at the Baobab Beach Resort as the chief engineer at the NR Hotex as a project manager. And Honorable Speaker, again, he is currently director and current at the Lake Basin Development Authority as a director in charge of policy development. That is strategic plan formulation and implementation. Honorable Speaker, is a very learned person. Because I really have a lot of CVs, Honorable Speaker, which touches his education background. Honorable Speaker, on decision making, because the committee investigated much on decision making, the nominee satisfied the committee that he has the relevant skills for the job requirements. He displayed the ability to conceptualize issues and assess information. The nominee was showcased a strategic approach to problem solving, considering multiple perspectives and implementing effective solutions. On maintenance of machinery, that is fleet management and fuel management, the nominee submitted that there is no surprise in engineering because equipment gives a warning before breaking down. Therefore, there should be a schedule for maintenance of county machines. Equipped that equipment should not get to the site when it is not serviceable. And that management of machines can be simplified by equipping staff to work closely with suppliers of machines for data collection and early detection of mechanical issues. Once reports are compiled, a schedule of regular maintenance is generated. On fleet management, the nominee affirmed that he would develop an inventory of all machinery and news report compiled by operators of the machinery for budgeting and planning for maintenance. On encouragement of public roads, Honorable Speaker, because I'll not go through all the report, Honorable Speaker, the nominee submitted that he will check the available legal framework, both at the national and county level, and involve surveyors for proper mapping. And in case of encouragement, ensure that notices are given to encroachers to remove illegal structures. On committee observation, Honorable Speaker, the committee, having considered the field questionnaire submitted by the nominee pursuant to the Act of the Public Appointments Act number 5 of 2017, that in accordance with Article 78(1) and 2 of the Constitution of Kenya, the nominee is eligible for appointment as state office, being a Kenyan citizen with no dual citizenship. Honorable Speaker, the nominee demonstrated extensive knowledge of topical and administrative issues relevant for the position of County Executive Committee member for transport. Honorable Speaker, the committee having regard to Section 7 of Public Appointments, that is County Assembly Approval Act 2017, considered the curriculum vitae of the nominees and having had their oral submission during the vetting exercise held on 7 January 2025, and having further considered the suitability and integrity of the nominees and pursuant to Article 179(2)(b) of the Constitution, Section 3523 of the County Government Act, Section 9(2) of the Public Appointments, that is County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, and Nandi County Assembly Standing Order number 187-4, the committee puts forward the following recommendation. Number 1, that the House approves the nomination of Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir as the County Executive Committee Member for Health and Sanitation. And number 2, that this House approves the nomination of Rini Chepkoskei Kirwa as the County Executive Committee Member for Education and Vocational Training. And number 3, that this House approves the nomination of Engineer Robert Kipchirchir Limo as the County Executive Committee Member for Transport and Infrastructure. Honorable Speaker, on the affirmation and approval, the honorable members of the Committee of Appointment affix their signatures to affirm approval and confirm the accuracy, validity, and authenticity of the subsequently adopt this report. Honorable Speaker, we have attached all the annexures from the Annex 1, that is nomination of the County Executive Committee members, that is from His Excellency the Governor. We have all the annexures, even the curriculum vitae that's been annexed, Honorable Speaker, on the report. And that's annexed from number 5 to Annex 7. I think it is annexed in the report, Honorable Speaker, so that members can go through. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the committee, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to the Office of the Speaker, the Clerk, and the entire Secretariat team, their immense logistical, professional, and technical support that has been very crucial during the vetting exercise, ensuring that the proceedings were conducted smoothly and efficiently. It is both my duty and privilege on behalf of the Committee on Appointments to table the 5th report of the Appointment Committee. This report pertains to the approval of the nominees for appointment of the position of the County Executive Committee members, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to request the House to support this report so that we can get the 3 CECs on work, Honorable Speaker. You know, Honorable Speaker, we have been having challenges because without a CEC, Honorable Speaker, the department lags behind in terms of development, Honorable Speaker. So I call this Honorable House to support these reports so that we can adopt and approve the CECs, Honorable Speaker, to start the work immediately, Honorable Speaker. I want to thank His Excellency, Honorable Speaker, for bringing us the right people who have the right qualification to take this great county of Nandi to the next level. I call upon Honorable I think I can call upon the CPA was around. He's moving out when I'm tabling the report, Honorable Speaker. He should be in, Honorable Speaker, so that he can support, can second the report.
So, where is any other member of this committee?
So, Honorable Speaker, as a Chief Senior Honorable Speaker, so maybe I see Chief Honorable Speaker, I think, you know, Honorable CPA period, Honorable Speaker, I think he was very happy when Dr. Angeline Chepchirchir, you know, he comes from Tindret. And that's why you can see he's going outside and coming in. Because he really...
What could he be doing in and outside?
Maybe he's planning for celebration, Honorable Speaker. That's why he's going out and coming in, Honorable Speaker. So nevertheless, Honorable Speaker, I call upon the Honorable CPA Pirage to second, Honorable Speaker, the report. Thank you.
Honorable members, I'll proceed to propose that this House adopt the Appointments Committee report on the vetting of 3 nominees to the County Executive Committee. The debate is on. Honorable Chelule.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this motion. I outrightly oppose these appointments, following the manner in which the nominees have been brought for vetting. The normal practice when a vacancy arises in the public service is for the jobs to be advertised
Point of order,
in the
Mr.
local
Speaker.
press.
What is
Point of
your
order.
point of order, Honorable Keter?
Understanding order number 90.
Honorable Chelule, you can remain seated, please.
Accuracy of facts, Mr. Speaker. I have heard the honorable member saying in a manner that can an honorable member demonstrate to us how the unfair of in a manner that it was brought? Can an honorable member, before he proceed, demonstrate to us, Mr. Speaker, sir?
Honorable Keter, I believe Honorable Chelule was still prosecuting his submission. Thereafter, probably we can get to hear. Honorable Chelule, proceed. Honorable Keter, remain seated.
Any vacancy that arises in the public service has to be advertised in the public, in the local media, so that any Kenyan who feels is qualifies for the job can apply. This system of just going to pick people and bring them for vetting to this house, I don't think that is proper. This job should have been open to all Kenyans to
Point of
apply.
order, Mr. Speaker.
That's right.
Honorable Keter.
Mr. Speaker, I'm seated, Mr.
Order,
Speaker.
order, honorable members.
I'm seated, Mr. Speaker, and I hear the Honorable Chelule, Mr. Speaker, from Songo Sova, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker is misleading this House, Mr. Speaker, understanding order number 90, Mr. Speaker. That, Mr. Speaker, in few days ago, Mr. Speaker, the President appointed Honorable Kapogo, Mr. Speaker, League Nyanchui, Mr. Speaker, without any advertisement. How can we advertise and nobody has complained in Kenya, Mr. Speaker? The President was making the other day. And the House, Mr. Speaker, the National Assembly are today approving the same. We are doing the same, Mr. Speaker, in the County Assembly of Nandi, what the National Assembly are doing today. Could the Honorable Chelule, Mr. Speaker, tell us the exact law which has been violated in this issue?
Honorable Keter, I think it is the same sentiment that have been raised by the honorable member from Kapketun Chemundu, and we can have the honorable member from Songo Soba. Yes, okay. I note that it is the same sentiment that
it is the same, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
But Honorable Keter, Mr. Speaker, stood when Chelule had not met that allegation, Mr. Speaker, that it was not advertised.
Well, Honorable Chelule, proceed as you substantiate that.
Mr. Speaker, any vacancy that arises in the public service should be open for all Kenyans to apply, be shortlisted, interviewed, and the best 2 or 3 can be brought to this house for vetting.
Honorable Chelule, honorable member from Chepkonyuk is specifically asking under what provision of the law is that provided for?
This has been the practice I have seen elsewhere, no, even in private
Honorable Chelule, you note that this is the third appointments committee report. We've had the first, we've had the second, and this one is the third. Has it been a practice in Nandi to have those positions advertised?
Well, unfortunately, it has not been the practice, but the practice, as I said, should be adhered to. Vacancies are open to all Kenyans, not just a few who are just picked and then brought to this house for vetting.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
I have not answered, the honorable member have not answered my question, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Keter, I note that. There is a point of order that was raised while you are on your feet as regard the specific provision of the law that directs that the county executive committee members' positions to be advertised. Are you able to substantiate that, honorable member from Songo?
I believe job vacancies are open to all Kenyans to apply. Kenyans have not been given a chance to apply for these positions in the Nandi County Assembly, in the Nandi County government.
Point of information, Speaker.
You want to inform the honorable member? Honorable Chelule, would you wish to be informed by the honorable member majority leader?
Yes, proceed.
Honorable Teno.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to inform Honorable Chelule, Honorable Speaker, under the Constitution of Kenya, that's Article 179, Honorable Speaker. The County Executive Committee, that is the CEC, is the reserved mandate of His Excellency the Governor, Honorable Speaker. When you read under 179P, the members appointed means appointed by the Governor with the approval of the Assembly from among persons who are not members of the Assembly. So the Constitution reads that the Governor appoints and sends the name to the Assembly, not advertising. So I wish to inform Honorable Chelule, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chelule, I believe you're now well informed, and that being the case, you are out of order. Honorable, whose mic was on? Honorable Bitok.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance, honorable members. Without any conflict of interest, I stand to support the appointment of the CECs that have been appointed. One, I am nominated MCA for Nandi County, but I come from Tindret, where Dr. Angelines come from Sobosongo, the word of Honorable Chelule. And this is an opportunity that we have been given as Tindret constituency and Tindret sub-county, and he has all the qualification that all the nominees are qualified. So I stand to support these adoptions of the nominees. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable member from Nandi, Honorable Tarbay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I rise to support the nomination, Mr. Speaker, and I want to congratulate the Appointments Committee for having done a job well done, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, why I stand to support is, Mr. Speaker, from the three names that has been submitted to this Honorable House, Mr. Speaker, this has clearly demonstrated the love from His Excellency, our Governor, for the women of this county, Mr. Speaker. So that, Mr. Speaker, while other counties are fighting for the two-third gender rule, this clearly demonstrates that the Governor is committed to the same, Mr. Speaker, because out of three, we have 2 women. And they are not just women, Mr. Speaker, these are women of substance. I was going through the CV of Angeline, and the honorable member for representing Nandi, Honorable Altima, has told us she comes from Tindret. But Mr. Speaker, when I went through the CV, the number of publications and even the academic qualifications in her profession, Mr. Speaker, without doubt, I think she fits the position to be the CEC held. With a PhD degree, Mr. Speaker, in her field, Mr. Speaker, this demonstrates clear qualification, Mr. Speaker, because in as much as the Honorable Member for Songo was kind of skeptic, even if the governor decided to advertise, I believe Dr. Angeline would surpass the qualification, Mr. Speaker, because she qualifies to the position, Mr. Speaker, both academically and in terms of experience. Mr. Speaker, I am one of those people who advocated for bottom-up. And when we talk of bottom-up, Mr. Speaker, the second candidate, that's Renzi. Mr. Speaker, this is a lady who has first-hand information in matters ECD, which is a mandate of the county. So, Mr. Speaker, the spirit of bottom-up is clearly demonstrated by the fact that she's been teaching in class and she has the relevant qualification, a degree in education, Mr. Speaker. With those experience, I believe she will turn around our ECD education and the PCC. So she qualifies, Mr. Speaker. Of personal interest, Mr. Speaker, is the third nominee, that is Engineer Robert Limo. Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm to this Honorable House that I know the person, the said Honorable Member in person. And I believe, Mr. Speaker, if there is a person who will demonstrate that something can be done in the roads department, it is Engineer Limo, if given the opportunity, Mr. Speaker. This is a humble person, but is a first-hand person who will demonstrate. I think even those who watch the interview, if there is someone who demonstrated that he understands the docket well, it was Engineer Limo, Mr. Speaker. And like what Honorable Member for Nandi, Honorable Altimo was saying, I happen to come from the Terik to the lower parts of Aldai. If there is a gift that is been given to the people of Terik, it is Engineer Limo. He's a Terik, and I believe even the marginalization which has been happening in place, Mr. Speaker. And I know this person will not disappoint Governor because he also comes from Aldai, Mr. Speaker. So this is an opportunity, and I want the honorable members that at least we consider this time round someone from the marginalized community from the Terik, Engineer Limo, in as much as he qualifies, Mr. Speaker. I want to assure this honorable House that he will surpass our expectations. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate the Governor for nominating the three, but we also send a serious warning for the three that it's not business as usual, Mr. Speaker. I know they are aware that there were holders of those offices before. And, Mr. Speaker, there is a term which is scaring most executive, Mr. Speaker, the term of project. If they don't work, Mr. Speaker, we might project some things here. So before we reach that point, Mr. Speaker, we hope they'll meet the expectation of the Nandi people. Let them, once they are done with the swearing in, let them start hitting the roads and offer service delivery to the people. Mr. Speaker, I support. Thank you.
You can see we have the two whips. We can have Honorable Tololei, thereafter Honorable Hassan, Honorable Birech, and Honorable Isaac in that order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to make my submission. I want to thank the Committee on Appointments for the good work they did in interrogating and giving a chance to the members who were forwarded by the Governor to this to the Appointment Committee. I also sincerely want to say thank you to the three members who really accepted to work for Nandi County. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at their CV and their experiences, these are people we depend upon in Nandi County. I've heard the people from Tindiret really bragging on Angeline. Angeline is born in Chepterwai, and we are also proud of her for the academic achievements that she has achieved. Mr. Speaker, I've stood to also say thank you to the Excellency Governor for giving us professionals this time round. I know they are going to deliver. We've been having challenges in the departments, maybe because of lack of qualifications. But if you look at the three members, Mr. Speaker, they all qualify, like Dr. Angeline in the Department of Health. I am very sure that she's going to deliver. The Department of Roads also, we are given an engineer who knows what is supposed to be done. For the education sector, if you look at Rensi Chepkosgei, she has also been in the field on education, and we are sure that they are going to deliver. And I'm asking those members that, given the approval from the County Assembly, come and work for the people of Nandi. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Hassan.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me time to contribute on this very momentous moment. Before I contribute, Honorable Speaker, allow me to send deepest condolences to the family of one Winnie Akasuha, who was butchered last night by her husband in a family home. The husband followed her to her parents' home and stabbed and butchered her there, and then the husband tried to kill himself. He eventually died. So the issue of femicide, Honorable Speaker, I was watching it in the news, but it's now hitting home. And this is very close to home. So to the family of one Winnie Akasua in Kaboreng Ward, Musasa Village, poleni sana. It's very sad. Honorable Speaker, I stand to support the report by the vetting committee so that the CECs that were being vetted can start work immediately. Honorable Speaker, the problem is these CECs are going to departments that are very high on Nandis. The roads department, the health department, and the education departments are not easy departments to deal with in Nandi County. The roads department, we have one Robert Limo, who is also from Aldai. The CEO of roads comes from Aldai. I want to urge them not to let the people of Nandi down, because now the roads department has been left to the people from Aldai. So we hope that they'll be able to hit the road running, because every time, even if members of the community see a grader, they're already asking where the marame is when you have not even graded the road. So the demand for roads network to be opened and to be marammed and to be passable is very high currently. The Department of Health also has had underlying issues, and we hope Daktari, who has been picked, one Angeline, will be able to hit the road running, ensuring that now that we have the FIF and everything else, ensuring that our county referral hospital actually gets the name that it deserves. This hospital, Honorable Speaker, was once closed last year because of issues of management there. So she's coming into a department that requires all her education, all her experience that she's going to use to help Nandi be better. Honorable Speaker, I support.
Birech and Isaac, that order.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I am a member of Appointment Committee, and I would really want to support what actually the Majority Leader has submitted this morning in regards to this report. Honorable Speaker, has in Appointment Committee, we were looking at suitability of the nominees. Honorable Speaker, terms of reference was very clear because we were looking at personal information, academic qualification, employment record, professional affiliations, potential conflict of interest, and so forth. Honorable Speaker, all the nominees met the criteria. Honorable Speaker, when you look at professionalism of these nominees, especially the nominee for health and the nominee for the roads, Honorable Speaker, it can never be questioned. The experience of Dr. Hanchelin, Honorable Speaker, as all of us can look on the CV profile and the information on your gadgets, it's beyond expectations. Her knowledge on how she is going to handle serious matters that actually we have been facing in the health sector, Honorable Speaker, the way she answered the questions, it was quite tremendous. Honorable Speaker, I remember we were able to ask on how you can handle issues of shortage of drugs, Honorable Speaker, and the way she's going to handle matters to do with the systems, because in our health sector, our systems were no longer functional. And she responded on how she's going to manage. And in the committee, we were much convinced. And I believe, given opportunity to this Dr. Hanchelin, I'm quite sure she will perform. Dr. Robert, Honorable Speaker, demonstrated his experience in the field of engineering. He was able to explain to the committee on how he's going to change and automate matters to do with fuel, how he's going to do with the quality of the kind of roads that we need in the county. And you could easily know through his experience and the knowledge, matters to do with the roads in Nandi County is going to change. The CEC for education, Honorable Speaker, demonstrated in terms of know-how, how to manage the ECDs, how to handle teachers, the interest of the teachers or the ECD teachers was quite good. And therefore, as a member of appointment committee, I felt that the 3 nominees met the criteria, and I request this Honorable House to approve the entire 3 members in their entirety to be the CECs, so that we can continue serving the people of Nandi. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Isaac.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to make my contribution on the report by the Committee on Appointment, particularly in regards to the 3 CECs. I look at the report and I want to congratulate the team for a work well done, because they came out with clear areas where they engaged the nominees, and indeed a good job was done. And I look at all the 3 nominees, and all of them, they have a very admirable career. They have very admirable qualifications. You look at the Dr. Angeline, who we are told is an expert in tropical medicine and infectious disease. Nandi being an area where we are in the tropics, we know we've been battling with diseases like malaria, diseases like even cholera, and all the manner of infectious disease. We've been complaining, especially whenever drugs are procured in our hospitals, that perhaps the right drugs are not being bought. These might have been contributed by the person at the helm of the health who may not have understood well what should be bought for our facilities, the kind of staff that should be deployed in our various facilities. Kenya Kwanza is focused on particularly the preventive health. I look at the area in which Dr. Angeline was engaged on CHPs, the public health and all that. She's the right person, given the support. When she focuses on an area like that, we know our county is going to be very healthy. We know, especially in the Department of Education, that the ECDE area or section has really been the thorn in the flesh. For His Excellency to bring a person who has had a first-hand experience on the area of ECD. This is going to be cure for the challenge that particularly the ECD teachers and the infrastructure in the ECD department. This Reni Kirwa is indeed going to provide leadership there because she has first-hand experience of what goes on there. Now, coming to Engineer Limo. This is a person who comes from Aldai, where I come from also. But what is very important is his CV. Being a mechanical engineer, you know, we all know where we've come from. We know the stories of Komatsu and Chesirikan and all those things, Mr. Speaker. We believe, I think His Excellency made a deliberate effort to cure such challenges by giving us the person who understands that area. Engineer Limo is, without belaboring, he is a hard worker. He is a man who is a go-getter. He is very committed because I know him at personal level. And him coming, you can see the kind of CV, the papers, the studies that he's still pursuing. Mr. Speaker, this is the right man for the job. So, Mr. Speaker, without saying so much, I just want to wish the nominees the very best. Hopefully, we are going to approve them, and thereafter, they hit the ground running. Our hospitals, some of them are closed down. Our roads are not doing so well. Our ECDs, we now, the honorable members, want to see the structures coming up, and these people have got their tables actually full. Mr. Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Honorable Sum, thereafter Honorable Maina.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this very, very important motion. First of all, I want to thank the Appointments Committee for coming up with this good report about the said nominees, the 3 nominees for the key departments in this county. Honorable Speaker, we are all aware of the challenges that we face as leaders and the challenges that the residents of Nandi are facing, especially with the roads, again with the health, and also in the education sector. Honorable Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Governor for initiating the much needed changes in this department. And Honorable Speaker, we support these nominees so that service delivery can start as soon as possible in the departments because of the much needed services by the residents of Nandi. I support Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Member from Olesos.
Speaker, may I take this opportunity to wish the honorable members Happy New Year as we embark on this serious business. I have a few comments to make, Honorable Speaker, regarding the nominees that we've had. I'd like to echo my colleagues in thanking the Committee on Appointments for rising up to the occasion and giving us something to ponder at this early point in the year. I would also like to thank the Honorable Governor for giving us something new. I want to imagine that They say a change is as good as rest sometimes. So probably because we had issues, serious issues with some of the individuals that were occupying the positions, who apparently, Honorable Speaker, did not know whether there was assets of the county, some lying in far-flung areas like Nairobi and so on, in very deplorable states, and some of the things that were happening in our hospitals, which I think that committee, I don't know whether it's famous or infamous, according to this house, was able to find out quite a bit of rot in the Department of Health and the other department. Of course, it is saddening that some of the individuals who perpetuated some of these things were just probably, pushed to probably perpetuate the same in other areas. We hope that sooner or later they will also be shown the door. And if we were to have new people, that would be good. So I would like to thank him for that. However, I have also had a member mentioning that they looked at suitability, and which is a good thing. I also know that the law provides for sourcing. I have looked at the report, albeit that we received it this morning. And I'm also privy to some allegations, Honorable Speaker, that the appointment committee actually did not sit to deliberate on this, but let's assume that they did.
Honorable Isaiah Maina, you've raised a very serious allegation that there is, apparently it is still an allegation, that the appointments committee did not sit. Just resume your seat because this is very serious, and if that remains unchecked, lucky enough, you're saying that it is an allegation, but I want to confirm to you, being the chair of that committee, that the committee met.
Guided, Honorable Speaker. Yes, I was just voicing an allegation. I'm well guided. Thank you. So much as we received this report this morning, I've had occasion to look at it, and I tried looking, Honorable Speaker, at the sourcing. I didn't see that. I don't know how the committee handled it. I know it's a specific requirement of the Appointments Act, a specific requirement that this committee must, as of necessity, look at how these individuals are sourced. So I want to give the appointer or the nominator, benefit of doubt. Let's just assume that he did well. But, Honorable Speaker, as I wind up, and considering the issue regarding the qualification, and I would just like to read, and I'm taking the case of the engineer. I'd like honorable members to consider what is put in the report. I wish I had a copy. Thank you very much. You are opening the page, please. The engineer, yes, that's to be found in page, it's not paginated, unfortunately. I was just trying to look, Honorable Speaker, at what this gentleman, the engineer, has done that would probably make him outstanding in as far as being the job that is being given. And I'm also, I would also like to highlight to the House that Article 176(1) of the Constitution gives such individuals very enormous power. They exercise the executive authority of the county. So I was looking at it, Honorable Speaker, and I have seen that the work experience for this engineer goes this way, that he worked at Kaimosi Tea Estate, I don't know doing what. Then he also worked at Pan-Africa Hotel. He worked at another hotel. He seems to have been working in hotels. Stanley Hotel. And here he was a system assistant. I see that he also was some time in the Department of Defense. He doesn't say what he was doing. Army aviation. So probably he was also dealing with maybe some aeroplanes. I see that he also went to another hotel, Bobab Resort. And then he went to another one, Emerald. This is what is captured in the report. And honorable members, Speaker, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is very depressing sometimes. You know, it's not as if we would like to be against anything. But when you look at something like this, and now this is someone who I heard a member saying will come and sort our roads, and he has been dealing with hotels. This is what is in the report.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Under what standing order, Honorable Keter?
Number 9 is accuracy of fact, Mr. Speaker. We are all aware that I can see honorable member is misleading the House, Mr. Speaker, because we are all aware the work of the CEC is to make policies, Mr. Speaker. The experience was only to demonstrate that he has been handling managerial posts, Mr. Speaker. So in this case, Mr. Speaker, I would want the honorable member to demonstrate more further on that, Mr. Speaker. What is the role of the CC? The role of the CCs, Mr. Speaker, we know it is actually to make policies, and they have other, in departmental, Mr. Speaker, we have expertise of the different various, Mr. Speaker. So in this case, we are talking only on policy making, Mr. Speaker. But it is not a matter of demonstrating, Mr. Speaker. You can be leading department that it has other expertise, including to fix the roads and all those other things. But in this case, I was expecting the honorable member to challenge either in qualification or something else, Mr. Speaker. Experience, you can go anywhere. You can do an attachment. Aviation, Mr. Speaker, it has a whole huge on management and how the machine is being run.
I think you've raised your point of order. Honorable Minor, can you be able to...
Let me thank the honorable member. I think he's the one who wants to mislead this House. In any case, I'm just looking at the report. I have not read anything else from elsewhere. And I am also aware that Section 35 of the County Government Act requires expressly that the individual who is tapped to do this must have a distinguished career in the area in which they are being picked. Well, I understand that there is a little bit about public works or something close to that in this docket. Actually, it brings me, Honorable Speaker, to another question. It helps me to raise a key question about what is the actual role to which the Honorable Governor is appointing these people to. Where is it? Where is the breakdown of, say, okay, if somebody is a nominee for roads, what are they expected to do? And if it was policy, I've not seen anything about policy here. I've just seen that he was.
Honorable Speaker.
A point of order?
Not point of order, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to
Honorable Isaiah
inform.
Maina, you have...
Just an information.
You want to inform the honorable member?
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Well, I'm inclined not to allow it.
So can I inform the House, Honorable Speaker?
Apparently, you said that you wanted to inform the honorable
Because
member.
it's part of the information that is trying to get clarification.
Okay, let me indulge you. Okay.
Well, proceed, Honorable.
Thank you.
Rotich.
I think, Honorable Speaker, as per the report, based on the information by the member, it's evident enough that the committee didn't capture what is there in the professional curriculum vitae of this gentleman, engineer. Because those sections that this gentleman worked in, the nominee, it's well captured. And even if the honorable member moves to a section of that part in the annexure, when working in Lake Victoria, in Lake Basin, some of the roles of this director was policy development and monitoring, strategic plan formulation and implementation, chair finance and budget committee of the board. So it's part of the report, although it was not transferred to the main side.
Well, I believe you're now well informed.
Yeah, I thought he was going to give me something different from somewhere else, but I mean, because it is here, I was about to finalize, Honorable Speaker, on the same issue, that it looks as if maybe it can be another advantage. It looks as if our brother shifted from the hotels and suddenly he is now doing monitoring and evaluation. So you see, these are interesting times. And with those remarks, Honorable Speaker, I don't wish to read any other, because if I was to read the other one, you know, somebody might say that I'm being unfair to somebody who is a bottom-up approach. You know, somebody would easily say I'm being unfair to her. But surely there is no career to talk about. That's the truth. And we work with the law. You know, unfortunately, we do that. Honorable Speaker, this House is confined. We are supposed to work with the law. And it is prescribed, unfortunately. So we really do not have latitude to just assume. And then we are not even giving Nandis a good chance by picking somebody who has been in Mombasa, in hotels, and now suddenly you say this person who has been in hotels will come and deal with the roads. But anyway, the option is, if it was up to me, and I think this can be cured, Honorable Speaker, if this situation was rather opened for more people. So because it has been reduced to something where somebody just sits in some place and decides that there is this person, and probably maybe just finish by saying this, Honorable Speaker, that it was unfortunate. I had an honorable member and another one saying this is a person from Aldai and that now this has gone to Aldai. I think that is really not factual. We are not picking CECs for Aldai. These are people who are supposed to serve the county of Nandi. It doesn't matter really where you come from. So such should not be allowed to stand. Somebody can come from anywhere. Even they could come from outside Nandi. But seriously, let us have people who have the experience to serve these. I rest my case, Honorable Speaker.
Seems you've exhausted debating. The Honorable Majority Leader, you want to make a right of reply?
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
I can see the mic of Honorable Susan is on. Thereafter, you can make a right of reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the motion. First, I would like to congratulate the nominees, more especially Dr. Angeline. Dr. Angeline was my schoolmate in Chepterit Girls. And let me take this chance to congratulate her for the academic achievements. This is so good. I'm so happy for her. I would only request these nominees to come to Nandi County with a reason and a heart to serve the people of Nandi. We all know that we have several problems in our county. I would ask them to come and identify the problems, sit with the staff, reach them, inspire them, motivate them, so that they get to know exactly what should be done. I would still request the nominees, especially the health sector, to ensure that the systems are working well. We all know that in Nandi County, there is misuse of resources. I would ask them to ensure that there is value for money. And at all times, let's everyone serve the people of Nandi. This is what we all want. We don't want fights. All we want to see is that our people get services. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And that is my contribution.
Honorable Majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the honorable members who have contributed to this motion, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I know members have really gone through the CVs of these great men and women, Honorable Speaker. I think they are people of capacity, Honorable Speaker. Not the way Honorable Shangu is saying he has been working in hotels, Honorable Speaker. When you look at the engineer, Honorable Speaker, he is a registered graduate engineer by the Engineers Board of Kenya. And we have indicated the registration number, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Shangu to say that he has been working in hotels, Honorable Speaker, is not a good cashier, Honorable Speaker. He is somebody who has grown up. It's only that he found himself working in hotel because there's no jobs. So sometimes even people start from bottom up, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, nevertheless, I want to thank the House for supporting this report, Honorable Speaker. I call upon the House to support so that we can get these people working, Honorable Speaker. When you look about Dr. Angela, Honorable Speaker, I have a CV, Honorable Speaker. I think members have not gone through all the CV because they don't have enough time. It's a big CV, Honorable Speaker. He has worked even up to abroad, Honorable Speaker, in terms of health issues, Honorable Speaker. You can see that Honorable Speaker is a person who is capable to transform this county, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the bottom up, the way Honorable Shangu has said, Honorable Speaker, for sure she is Honorable Speaker because she was a teacher at Kabia Township, Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank His Excellency, Honorable Speaker, because I'm the MC of that area, Honorable Speaker, for considering somebody who is from bottom up. She comes from the class, Kabia Township, a school which has a population of 120 pupils, Honorable Speaker. And she has been teaching those people, Honorable Speaker. So I think she knows where the shoes pinches, Honorable Speaker. So I want to thank the members and call upon this House to support this report and we get this CECs working, Honorable Speaker. Thank you so much and God bless Nandi, Honorable.
Honorable members, I'll proceed to put the question that this House adopts the Appointments Committee report on the vetting of 3 nominees to the County Executive Committee. Will as many as of similar opinion say ayes?
Aye.
And will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion.
Honorable Chumba Chamala.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to move a motion that this House adopt the Administration and Public Service Committee report on vetting of a chairperson, 2 members, and secretary for appointment to the Nandi County Public Service Board. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the members of the Sectoral Committee on Administration and Public Service, and pursuant to provision of Standing Order 194, it is my humble pleasure and duty to present to the Honorable House the report of Committee on Vetting of Nanti County Public Service Board nominees as submitted by His Excellency the Governor, Honorable Stephen Sang, for vetting fight letter dated 14 October 2024. Under provision of Standing Order 194 5F, one of the key functions of the Sectoral Committee shall be to vet and report on all appointments where the Constitution or any law requires the County Assembly to approve, except those under Standing Order 187, Committee on Appointment. Committee membership. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Administration and Public Service, as constituted by the Assembly on 28 March 2024, comprises the following members: Honorable Emmanuel Kipchumba, Chairperson; Honorable Bridget Cheptum Songok, Vice Chairperson; Honorable Julius Kipruta Geter, Member; Honorable Sarah Rupeti, Keino, Member; Honorable Isaac Mospey, Member; Honorable Litya Chepto, Member; Honorable Benjamin Matata, Member; Honorable Edwin Kiprop, Member; Honorable Silas Kipkembai,
Order, honorable members. Let us reduce the movements that we're making. Honorable Keter, let's take our seats, please.
Honorable Speaker, the second schedule of the Nanti County Assembly Standing Orders provides the committee mandates as follows. The Committee on Administration and Public Service is mandated to look into all matters related to public service, e-government, information, communication, and technology, coordination and participation of the committees, and locations in governance at a local level, to assist the communities and locations in developing the administrative capacity for the effective exercise of the functions, powers, and participation in governance at a local level, firefighting services, and disaster management. Nomination of the chairperson, secretary, and members to the service in Nanti County Public Service Board. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 179 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, as read together with Section 58A(1) of the County Government Amendment Act 2020, Excellency Governor Honorable Stephen Sang, in a letter dated 14 of October 2024, forwarded to the Speaker of the Nanti County Assembly the names of the nominees for the position of chairperson, member, and secretary to the Nanti County Public Service Board for the purpose of vetting and approval, recommending suitability, and candidates for appointment to the Nanti County Public Service Board. Further, in the letter, Excellency the Governor forwarded to the County Assembly the names of the following 4 nominees here under listed for vetting by the County Assembly. Joseph Kiptong Etich, Chairperson, Nanti County Public Service Board. Vincent Kipropto, Member, Nanti County Public Service Board. Joan Chepkoech Serem, Member, Nanti County Public Service Board. Cheruta Nancy, Secretary, Nanti County Public Service Board. On Tuesday, 15 October 2024, the Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 7(1) of the Public Appointment County Assembly's Approval Act, communicated to the Assembly that he had received the names of the aforementioned 4 nominees and ruled and directed that the names and curriculum vitae to refer to the Committee on Administration and Public Service for vetting report to the Assembly. Honorable Speaker, in compliance with the provision of the Public Appointments County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, the following procedures were undertaken. The public were invited to submit memoranda on or sworn affidavit to the committee. The invitation was done through print media, the Daily Nation newspapers dated 7 December 2024. The names and details of the nominees were made public via print media, the official County Assembly website and Facebook page. The public were invited to attend the proceedings, filed notice in a newspaper, advert of daily daily circulation dated 7 December 2024. The period of notice above was within 7 days from 7 December 2024. The nominees were invited in writing attend to the vetting. The nominees collected and filed in the questionnaire as provided for under the first schedule to the County Assembly's Public Approval Act 2017. The nominees submitted the daily file forms to the office of the clerk. Honorable Speaker, in the conducting the vetting process, the Committee on Administration and Public Service examined the nominees against the following criteria, amongst the others in accordance with the Public Appointment County Assemblies Act 2017. Personal information, academic qualification, employment record, professional affiliation, potential conflict of interest, interest in knowledge relating to specific position, overall suitability for the position, tax compliance, integrity. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Administration and Public Service, as earlier stated, is sitting at the County Assembly Chamber on Wednesday, 18 December 2024, in an open and transparent manner to consider the nominees' suitability for the purpose of recommending the candidates for the appointment to serve as the chairperson, member, and secretary to the Nanti County Public Service Board, pursuant to 7(6) of Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, the County Government Act 2012, and the County Assembly Standing Orders. During approval hearing and upon partial of nominees, curriculum vitae, testimonials, and their responses to vetting questions during oral interviews, the committee gathered the following information for each of the nominees. Joseph Kiptong Etich, nominee for the position of chairperson, County Public Service Board. Personal information. The nominee is a Kenyan citizen, national ID card number 9871989. He was born on 21st November 1968. He stated that he is married. He is a resident of Mgwen Sub-County, Kapsabet Ward. The nominee's net worth was approximately between 100 and 150 million, distributed in land ownership, tea plantation, residential house in Nairobi, 2 vehicles, shares at Telcom pension scheme, Kenya Airways, and shares of Kenya Power. Academic qualification, educational background training. Joseph Kiptong Etich is currently pursuing a PhD degree in business administration, leadership, and organizational development at the United States International University. He holds an MBA degree in strategic management and human resource management from United States International University. He is a holder of Bachelor Business Administration from University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. He holds a higher diploma in Human Resource Management, NEC. He attended Kapsabet High School, where he sat for A level. He also attended Koilel Boys High School, where he sat for O level, KCE examination, and the committee was satisfied that the nominee is academically fit and qualified for the position of chairperson, Nanti County Public Service Board. Employment record, work experience. Since November 2021 to date, he has been serving as a board member in various organizations, including Kanawasco and Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation. From July 2018, he worked as a partner consultant at the Third Eye Consulting Limited. From October 2010 to 2016, the nominee served as director HR and administration at the Bob Morgan Service Limited. On overall suitability for the position, the nominee, based on his academic qualification and rich experience having served in various capacities, demonstrated strong ability to employ his skills and service delivery. The nominee also, in clear terms, the mandate and including how promote an independence of the board against the influence from external pressure, is interested to protect the public interest in the management of the board affairs, aspires confidence in his ability to deliver on the mandate. The nominee flew an excellence in promoting professionalism in public sector reforms and transformation. Vincent Kiprop Thor, nominee for the position of member of Public Service Board. Academic qualification. The nominee, Vincent, was born 12 April 1989. He is married. His national ID number 27002986. He was born in Kapsimatwa, Tindred Sub-County. He hails from Kapsimatwa Ward. His net worth was approximately 5 million, distributed in ownership of 3 parcels of land, motor vehicle, shares at Cooperative Bank, holding shares at Trans-Elite Sacco.
Honorable Kipchumba, will you just go to the substance of the report, please?
Okay. Honorable Speaker, the committee recommendation. The committee, in regard to Section 7 of Public Approval County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, considered the curriculum vitae of the nominees and having heard their oral submission during the vetting exercise. At the sitting held on Wednesday, the 18th day of December, the year of our Lord 2024, and having further considered the suitability and integrity of the nominees to pursuant to Section 9(2) of Public Approval County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, and the further pursuant to Section 58(1) and 2 of the County Government Act, as well as Nandi County Assembly Standing Order number 1945F, the committee recommends the approval of the following nominees for appointment to serve in the Nandi County Public Service Board. Joseph Kiptoo Ngetich, Chairperson, Nandi County Public Service Board. Vincent Kiprop Thor, Member, Nandi County Public Service Board. Joan Chepkoech Serem, Member, Nandi County Public Service Board. Joan Cheruta Nancy, Secretary, Nandi County Public Service Board. We, the honorable members of the Administration and Public Service Committee, do hereby append our signatures to affirm approval, confirm the accuracy, validity, and authenticity of and subsequently adopt this report.
You've really gone to the substance. I was hoping that you'll mention something about the nominees, but you can wind up then.
Okay. So, Honorable Speaker, before I sit, I want to call upon Honorable Julius Keter, who is a member to committee, to second the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Indeed, I'm a member to that committee, and I really want to thank the committee for actually looking all areas. Mr. Speaker, I know indeed we have been having a stalemate over the workers, over other things that now most of those workers in Nandi County, Mr. Speaker, we are all aware that most of them, Mr. Speaker, did not even celebrate their Christmas. Up to today, Mr. Speaker, they don't know their fate because of lacking the board itself, Mr. Speaker. It is not properly constituted, Mr. Speaker. So I had this honorable house to...
Honorable Keter, it will remain in the hands that the board is not properly constituted. Will you please substantiate on that so that...
Mr. Speaker, I was only trying to pass a message that these are the energy people, Mr. Speaker.
You can choose the words then. You'll probably withdraw that because it will remain in the hands that the Nandi County Government Public Service Board is not properly constituted.
No, Mr. Speaker, I withdraw that one and replace that we need energy, strong energy, Mr. Speaker, to move forward our board, Mr. Speaker. So in this case, Mr. Speaker, I support the motion that let these people with good energy, Mr. Speaker, to come and speedize the process, Mr. Speaker. I know we have friends there, Mr. Speaker, and if you move around, you will see that our economy, Mr. Speaker, of this town, it's not like the way it is, because most of the workers, Mr. Speaker, they are still waiting for the board. Mr. Speaker, even superficial around Nandi County, Mr. Speaker, it needs people that they are young and talented, Mr. Speaker, so that they can move with the speed to rectify what is needed, Mr. Speaker. So if by passing these names, this nominee, Mr. Speaker, will speedize the work of Nandi County, Mr. Speaker, because they look young, they are overqualified, Mr. Speaker. If you look at the chairman, if you look at all those people, Mr. Speaker, they have a huge experience, Mr. Speaker. So I urge my honorable members, without even wasting my time, Mr. Speaker, let us consider, because we know there is much to be done with these people. Let them join the team and pass the message, Mr. Speaker. I therefore stand to support the report from the committee, and I urge honorable members to second. I second, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the motion having been moved and seconded, I'll propose that this House adopts the Administration and Public Service Committee report on the vetting of chairperson, 2 members, and secretary for appointment to the Nandi County Public Service Board. The debate is on. Honorable Keter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I stand to support this motion, Mr. Speaker, the report of Administration Committee, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I followed when they were doing the vetting, Mr. Speaker, and I realized that the nominees, Mr. Speaker, which were forwarded to this county assembly, all of them, Mr. Speaker, are qualified. Mr. Speaker, I know all honorable members, Mr. Speaker, by the look of things, Mr. Speaker, I think all of us, Mr. Speaker, we agree that we need, Mr. Speaker, to speed this motion, Mr. Speaker, so that the governor, Mr. Speaker, make appointments so that we see, Mr. Speaker, we realize that this county public service, Mr. Speaker, is doing a wonderful job, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, if we are not careful, Mr. Speaker, if we are not careful, Mr. Speaker, they are the one, Mr. Speaker, to manage the wage bill of this county. So, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Honorable Esther.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this chance. I also want to congratulate the committee for administration for coming up with this vetted members of the service board, the committee. We know, Mr. Speaker, very well that the committee should be there for them to vet in. You know, we have shortages of staff in various departments, and we support these people to come in so that they can vet a few members to fill the positions. Because when you go to our hospitals here, we have very few staff, and we know very well that there were some adverts which were there, and we know the adverts still waiting for these people to come in so that they can make these people come in and work for the county government of Nandi. I support the motion. Thank you.
Honorable members, you seem to have exhausted debating. Honorable, you want to make a right of reply?
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I would like to take this opportunity to thank honorable members who have contributed positively about the report. Honorable members, let us approve, so that we allow public service board to progress. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, I will proceed to put the question that this House adopt the Administration and Public Service Committee report on vetting of the chairperson, the 2 members, and the secretary for appointment to the Nandi County Public Service Board. Will as many as of similar opinion say ayes? Aye. And will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 10, adjournment.
Honorable members, the House stands adjourned until 2:30 p.m.